I thought I'd finally figured it out. Although I didn't show it here, I took 18 free dives to successfully get the dinghy line untangled from the port side propeller. I thought I was all good. I'd finally made it to the edge of my destination, so I decided to head to Quadra Island for Quadripalooza. It was already 6 p.m., and it was long past time to go.
I got 20 minutes out of the Copeland Islands. Looked around, see smoke billowing out of the engine bay. I killed the engines, let it cool down.
The engine had overheated to the point where a cooling hose eventually gave up its tenuous grasp on the exhaust system. I started up the port engine and realized there was no forward gear. Okay, so I have to admit, at this point, I called Pan Pan on the radio. I only had reverse gear in one engine, and all I could do was loops in reverse. I saw there was a boat coming in off in the distance in my direction, so I thought it was a good time to pick up the radio. So the Coast Guard responded, and a boat called Riley. They were really cool. They came by and threw a line and towed me into Lund. Well, good morning. Okay, dealing with this situation here. Seems I've fried the clutch plate on the port engine over here, on the V drive or the Velvet drive, and so it'll take till Wednesday at least to get a kit for that. And I probably need to be hauled out on the dry because messing with the shafts can flood the boat and it'll very quickly sink if things go wrong. So basically the starboard engine blew the fan belt here, 4835, which happens to be what's sitting on this engine right here, 4835. So if I take this belt off the port engine and get it onto the starboard engine, I can limp out of here, probably enjoy the rest of the weekend, and limp home where my trusted mechanic can deal with it at his availability. So, seeing if I can get off the dock here. Wish me luck. Happy Saturday, everyone. Hope you're having an amazing long weekend. Had I looked, I would have realized there were spare belts under the V-berth, and I wouldn't have tried to take the water pump off the port engine to borrow the belt from that side. Okay, so I got the starboard engine running again using the belt from the port engine, one of the two belts, redundant ones on the port engine was cool. Port engine I'm just going to not use. In putting the water pump back on, saw that the water intake for the cooling system was leaking and cut off the end and tried to get it over the nib, boiling water over it and everything, but there's little wires inside. It's like a reinforced hose, and so I just could not get it on there. So I got it on just enough, just like, maybe centimeter and a half, and put the clamp right on the end, pretty close to the end, and so at least water's not coming in, but the water pump's disconnected, and I would have only had reverse in that engine and hot water, and who cares about hot water? It's beautiful out here, right? So I'm limping out on one engine, and I head back towards Quadra, see if that's still a possibility, and or start limping my way down home from there. Oh shit. Well, I flippin' did it. Leaving Lund, one engine, but got the one engine running, borrowing parts from the other engine, that the transmission's not working in forward anyways. And see a little bit of a leaky hose on the water intake on the port engine as I was taking the belt off of it. And solved problems with air bubbles in the cooling lines. So I just had to keep starting it up, putting more liquid in. Had to use water, there's no coolant anywhere in Lund here without taking a cab all the way to Powell River. So anyways, I'm back on my way. Gonna be putting along Quadra. We'll see what happens, and then I'll head south and probably be back for Monday night like planned. Anyway, wish me luck. These guys are having some fun. Look at these guys go. Woo. Well, we made it. Out of line. Towed in, but not towed out.
There was this guy who worked in the part shop in Powell River. It's Friday night of the long weekend, Labor Day long weekend. He's willing to drive up on his day off with his kid, the day he gets his kid, to bring me a belt up to Lund so I can get out of there.
Anyways, putting along on my way back to Quadra, I think. Yeah. So just leaving Lund. What a nice bunch of people. Cool fishermen, cool people at the marina or the harbor authority. Cool people on the vessel that pulled me in. Riley was the name of the vessel. Yeah, they're a little family. They were headed where I was, the Gulpin Islands, and came over and towed me into Lund. Headed off, almost, near sunset.
Such a beautiful afternoon. Looked like a piece of this island fell away into the ocean. So I was just crossing over northern tip of Hernando Island. Past the Twin Islands to my right. South of Cortez, coming around Subtle Point. I found myself in the most amazing spot. Sun shining on my ass. Humpback whales spurting 2 stories into the sky off in the distance. Boats were stopped and watching. It was just incredible. And everything was perfect. I was on my way to Quadra Island and Quadrapalooza. And then just at that moment, one of my own songs came on.
I hope that you see you're the one for me. I know what you need. You know that you're mine, love you all the time. I always love to do everything with you, 'cause it keeps me new. We drink a little wine, don't do it all the time. I've got your key, keep it here with me, 'cause it sets me free. We do it all the time.